Good morning. Look at that morning sky. What a campground, huh? I was invited over to my neighbor's camp last night, which was great. Eric and Joanne. I hope I got those names right. I'm always so bad with names. But yeah, just over at that Gulf Stream there. Well, it's about 7 o'clock and off I go. We've got a great day planned. We've got some scenic views as we leave the Hale campsite, head towards Cody. Then we take the cheap Joseph Scenic Byway, which is excellent, but that's even surpassed by the Beartooth Pass on the way to Red Lodge. Then we carry on and we go through the Bighorn National Park on our way to Sheridan. And from that point, it's pretty much fast speed riding as I try to cover some distance, and we end up spending the night in the town of Gillette. So it was great swapping camping stories last night, and stayed up kind of late, but it didn't matter. I got a good start this morning anyway, and boy am I looking forward to it. Even here the scenery is fantastic, but I'm going to the cheap Joseph Byway, which I've heard is great, but the real thrill is going to be Beartooth Pass. I don't want to oversell it, but it is amazing. I can't wait to get there. Man, the sun is just coming up and it just looks beautiful. Considering how remote this area is, there was actually a few cars, and I realized they were all heading eastward towards Yellowstone. And if you want to see more about Yellowstone, check out my last two videos which cover my day there. I had a fantastic time there. Oh, okay, on the road here. This is the trouble of traveling at this time of the day. Dusk and dawn. Now that's when the deer and antelope are out. There's a mother with her babies. So, something to be careful about. So I'm coming up to the Buffalo Bill Dam. It was built in the Shoshone Canyon along the river system here, and it was built around 1905 to 1910. And this tunnel, the Cody Mountain Tunnel or Shoshone Tunnel, was built at the same time. It's about 3,200 feet long, or about 1 kilometer. And it's so long it needs the lighting to be permanently on day and night. It's quite a rough-hewn tunnel. It's a little freaky having the construction cones alongside you when you're in the tunnel. This is the longest car tunnel in Wyoming, and at the time it was built, a lot of people thought it was impossible. So quite an engineering feat. The longest car tunnel in the world now is in Norway, and it's 25 times longer. Progress. Well, we're coming to the end of the tunnel here. And back to freedom. Once outside the mountains, you arrive at the real western town of Cody, Wyoming, where there's a rodeo every night in the summer. The town itself looked quite rustic and worth exploring, but I wanted to get to the Chief Joseph Byway, and so I didn't spend much time here. I'm on the Chief Joseph Scenic Byway. And why, you might ask, did I want to go here? Well, this little map might give you an indication. Just look at all those swiggles. Well, I'm pretty bad at pronouncing names, but I'm going to give it a try. This scenic byway was named for Inmatuyalakkat, popularly known as Chief Joseph, or Joseph the Younger, as his father was Old Joseph. There's a lot of history about him and his tribes, and it's kind of fascinating to look that up. Unfortunately, it's another sad story of exploitation. However, Chief Joseph had a positive attitude and was adamant that everyone would need to learn to work together and be treated equally. Now that's a sign for a motorcycle road. So let's talk about this. The Scenic Byway is an excellent motorcycle road. The road conditions themselves, really good. They've done a great job of keeping this clean, and this is one of these roads that gets a lot of snow and ice in the winter, so you can get scraped up. But excellent condition, no loose gravel. I had a blast riding along it. Even though there's a lot of switchbacks, they tend to be fairly wide sweeping like this one here, so you can maintain a decent speed as you're going through them. It's just absolutely beautiful riding conditions, and the scenery is top-notch. There's a lot of mountain views and forest around you, so you really feel like you're in a great place. The day that I was doing this, as you can see in the sky, it got quite a few dark clouds around. So it hasn't rained on me yet, but if you glance in my rear view mirrors, you might see some yellow, and that's because I'm wearing my rain suit. Better safe than sorry, right? I encountered very little traffic, but there's not a lot of places to pass. So if there was a lot of traffic on the day that you're here, it could be a problem. There are several scenic pullouts though, and well, I don't think this is an area that necessarily gets a whole lot of traffic. People that come here are going pretty specifically to enjoy the scenery. And so ends the Chief Joseph Scenic Byway. It was great, but this is now the beginning of Beartooth Pass, and this is even better. Right away we started climbing into the mountain. The road itself was quite a bit worse. This is a road that probably gets quite a bit more traffic. I noticed more traffic on it as I rode it, and this is a proper highway, unlike the Chief Joseph Scenic Byway. So this, in theory, would get a lot more traffic, but I'm not sure how much traffic it really gets other than tourists, because it's still a pretty remote area of the country. Not a lot of people live here, and it's just not the kind of road you'd want to take unless you're here to enjoy the scenery. So what kind of road is it? This kind of road. Awesome, isn't it? With all the big rocks jutting out from the land, reminds me of the land of Rohan in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Makes me feel like I'm on the last ride of the Rohirrim. Well, if you're this far into the video, I assume you're enjoying it. I hope you are. As of today, I have 365 subscribers, and that means I've got one for every day of the year. And this year I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I need 2 more for each day of the year. So if you're watching this and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. Please like. And also, if you want to see more videos, don't forget to hit the bell. That'll give you notifications when new videos come out. I post one once a week right now for this trip around America. Okay, when I first got onto this highway, the road conditions were not very good. But once I got into the mountains and the actual scenic part of Beartooth Pass, the road conditions have been excellent. And the road itself, well, I think Beartooth Pass is probably the best motorcycle ride in all of the United States. And I don't say that lightly. This road is epic. And I was trying to think, why is this one so spectacular? It's got incredible scenery. So much more is coming up ahead. You won't believe it. It's got so many turns and twists, and it's an easy road to ride most of the way, but there's some sections which are quite technical. So it really covers the gamut. But I think the big thing is on a lot of motorcycle rides, I need to do a lot of editing to cut out the less interesting parts, show you the really fun bits. Here, I have, hours. Well, maybe not hours, but I've got like at least an hour of footage, and everything is good. Everything is good. Like right here, it's fairly flat and open, but it's just so epic. You just can't beat Beartooth Pass. If you have not been here, you must come. Unfortunately, it is a bit known, and traffic can be bad, so if you're expecting to just be able to go at your own pace, that may not be the case. So just to complete the thought, the hard part creating this video was all the pieces I wanted to have in the video, but had to take out just for the length. You'd be watching me ride for an hour straight if I had my way. It does make me curious though, what's your favorite motorcycle road? Leave your answers in the comments. Maybe I'll ride them later if I haven't already done so. Well, here I'm kind of at the plateau. It's so wide open up here, even though you're way up high in the mountains. Kind of unique. And as you can see, it's a road that a lot of motorcycles like to ride. If you look straight ahead, you can see the road that I'll eventually get to. But that'll actually be some time away because there's so many twists and turns. That's actually another thing I love about Beartooth Pass. Because you're so high up in the mountains, you're above the tree line, and that means you have excellent visibility. Not only can you see all the mountains away in the distance, you can see the road curves coming up ahead. Well, I've started my descent now, and I'm not sure, but I think I may have crossed over from Wyoming into Montana. What I found so cool about coming down out of the mountains was I could keep looking down and seeing a patch of road that I would traverse later on. But then I realized there was also a patch of road above me on the mountain. The mountain is so far down, it's so steep too, that you have to crisscross back and forth many, many times. Sometimes, as you can see up ahead, it's actually really steep cutoffs. And here's a sign that there's a lot of avalanche action here, falling rocks, that kind of thing. Never matters how remote the trail. At some point, you're going to see some guys on their bicycles doing it the hard way. Well done, guys. I think, however, this is a road for motorcycles.
Red Lodge is a nice looking town, but I finally hit rain.
I outran the rain heading eastward, and I was on Alternative Highway 14, which is a great road taking me into the Bighorn National Forest. On any other day, this road might have been the highlight of my trip. It's a little unfortunate I'd just done Chief Joseph Scenic Byway and the spectacular Beartooth Pass, because yeah, I really enjoyed this road as well. It's amazing. Look at the number of rocks here on the side of the road. When you see this many rocks, you know you got to be careful. Could be someone on the road at any time. But yeah, this climbed up high into the mountains. The forests were beautiful, the rock formations. The road conditions were, for the most part, good, although there was a lot of bad areas, but they were repairing it. And they were repairing it actually when I was here. So if you go there now, I think you'll find the road conditions to be quite good. Leaving the National Forest, I blasted down I-90 trying to escape the heavy thunderstorms, and I ended up getting a motel for the night in the town of Gillette. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next ride.